What is it now?
What is B.Tactical?
Well, B.Tactical is a battle concept which I created, and it's basically allows a team of 5 to come together for a battle, but only 3 actually represent each battle. So you have to be tactical about who you pick. You're going to pick your best members for the particular battle at hand. So you're going to be battling against a certain crew with maybe they have a style guide, then you'll choose one of yours, to counteract that. It's really about being tactical and just, thinking as a crew and, not thinking as a group of individuals, but thinking like, we're a crew, who's going to be the best for this particular battle.
When did this concept come about?
Well, this concept came about in 2012, 2013. I was thinking of an original concept that could be to do with Bradford itself, and being from the UK, in England, football is a massive part of the culture growing up here, and obviously in football you have reserves and things like that. So really made me think, how could I try to almost maybe take some ideas from that to create a Breakin concept. And that's how the reserves came in, so that you're choosing tactical members just like they would do, with formations and things like that in different sports. You have a tactical plan. I thought that would be great with Breakin because it just pulls everyone together, makes you into a real team. So it was in the first textiles, and that was when it actually happened, and it was really successful.
Why did you create this concept?
Well, for me personally, being in a crew is the most important, and when I battled as a crew, those have been my best times, the times I most enjoyed, but they're probably the rarest times as well. I've 17 years, crew battles are probably the least battles I've done, the type of battle. I've done a lot of solos, 2-on-2s, 3-on-3s, that kind of thing, but crew battles are lacking, and they've been lacking for quite a few years. I mean, they still have a few in the UK, but not that many, and I think it's also because, people who promote and put on events, they don't want to risk that crews won't show up, and I've seen that happen countless times when I've gone to battles and the crews have just not come out for it. I think that's to do with some crews not having enough members and all kinds of things like that. So really, that's what led me to design the concept, because you can still have 3 people just turn up and battle, or you can have the whole squad of 5 come and battle. And I just think that it helps as in running an event. You can ensure that people will come, but at the same time you are allowing crews to come out together, and also as a crew, leading up to that battle, it pushes everyone to train, because nobody's going to want to be sitting on the side as they want to be in the battle as often as possible. So it really helps push crews, because they're going to train, and it's going to force people to raise their game, because they're going to want to be one of the 3 who's battling most often. But then again, there's always the time when you have to select the right person for the job and in the particular battle. But having travelled all over Europe and America and even in Japan, I've seen how crews operate there, and I feel that being in the UK for 17 years and seeing the crews here, I feel that they are lacking, and they are there's not as much opportunity, so it doesn't get enough. It doesn't feed that kind of the crew mentality. So I want to bring that back to Bradford, and then spread that out into the UK, and hopefully raise the level of crews in the UK.
So, how does it all work?
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my crew clean off just to describe how it works. We're going to use it in this space, just an example, and basically we'll have the 2 teams lined up, and the host will announce who's going to be battling. You have 30 seconds, so the teams will huddle, talk to each other. They know who they're going against, so they can make a decision, in that quick time decision. And then the host will have them line up. He'll do a countdown from 3, so like 3, 2, 1, and then the 3 members from both teams have to step forward at the same time, so that they can't kind of cheat, because it's kind of got that risk as well, because you don't know exactly who they're going to pick, but you've got to do your best to kind of guess who they're going to pick against you. And it's really, that's why it's kind of, you're really going to have to think, when in this battle, you can't just, if you pick the wrong members, then that's the difference between winning or losing.
What are your hopes for the future of B.Tactical?
Well, I've seen, around the world, other people implement their own original concepts, and to be honest, for me, I just hope that this becomes as large as some of the other, some of the other concepts which are newer, like 10 years, only been going for 10 years and things like that. I hope that this format can become more popular, and I hope to travel and maybe even implement it in other events, maybe around the world and things like that. So I really can imagine it. For me, I think it took a lot of thought. I was thinking about what it needed first, then I structured my ideas upon that. What am I looking for? I want crew battles, and then expanding on that. It wasn't more just an idea, and then it was a need, a need for crew battles, and then after the need for crew battles, now how can that happen? And after seeing it go really well at Textiles 1, I know it can. I've seen it in action. It works, and I think the crowd love it because they don't know who's going to be picked. You see the 5 guys, you don't know what's going to happen, and also it's quite entertaining. If people just come as a 3, then do they have what it takes to make it to the end as a 3? And that can be a risk, but at the same time it can really boost the crew's rep, because if they're strong like that, then it's possible as well. So yeah.
What does the B stand for in B.Tactical?
The B.Tactical stands for Bradford. Just it's that's what actual stands for. But at the same time, B.Tactical, and Bradford. That's it's so that no one forgets the origin of where this concept was created. So I don't want people to be questioning it in 30 years, saying who made this concept as well, where did it come from? Because a lot of things in the hip hop game get confused and stuff like that. But in this case, this is going to be, I want it to be solid. Thank God I am trying to work towards, improving the Bradford scene so that it's, the capital of breaking in the UK, and just make people want to come here and experience, it's always been a positive place, Bradford, and I feel like it's one of the best places in the UK for breaking, just because of the positivity here. We don't have negativity. We try to lift each other up, and I just think we've got, we stay true to the hip hop roots here. So I feel like that's a special thing, and just the way it developed in Bradford is really raw and organic, and we have a really rich history of breaking in Bradford. So it's time to try and pull people from Europe, from America, to come here and have a good time. And obviously Textiles 4 is going to be our it's like a renewal event again, so we're trying to do it bigger and better, and hopefully we'll be able to do that and build upon it year upon year. So basically, I'm basically calling out all the crews in UK to come down to Bradford and show what you've got, because I want to see, I want to see crews represent from England, the UK. People say, oh, there's not enough battles. I'm putting this on 4 crews, and I want to see each crew represent and do their best. So I hope to see you here, and I hope to see some amazing dancing.